the beef alone slowly. Get out my...
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie.
In wonderful Houston, Texas. Looking at the last game for the Houston Rockets, it was a loss to the Pistons.
Yeah, plagued by foul trouble throughout in that game. I think it just forced them into some rotations that they weren't comfortable with.
Yeah, and you know, the frustrating part, guys, is that's something that can be avoided. You know, you can correct that, but you've got to move your feet and keep your hands to yourself. You've got to show some discipline.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the small forward position. Well, Dwight Howard had that back surgery, and he's had knee trouble, and he is no longer quite as dominant, Clark, as a player we saw back in certainly his younger days in Orlando.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Kevin, he's still in the conversation for best centers in the NBA. I think he remains a superstar big man when he's healthy.
Now Beverly following Durant's three-point attempt. Harden has a wide-open look. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Harden's got himself on the board with three there.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Here's Roberson. Good D by Howard.
And you remember back in Orlando, Dwight Howard, a three-time Defensive Player of the Year, not to mention a slam dunk title. He's lost some of that lift, but still has more than just about any other center in our league.
Houston's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen by Durant. Drive by Adams. That is good.
And Howard missing a lot of time last season with various knee issues. He's taken his training and conditioning regimen to a new level, it looks like, to kind of preserve his body for the long haul.
Beverly, the Rockets again can't hit.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Adams, and the rejection by Harden. That's to a reason. Back to Beverly.
The lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life. And guys, you talk about players who have that killer instinct. Russell Westbrook is right at the top of that list.
Both free throws good from Westbrook. And you think, Greg, about Westbrook's killer instincts. You were alluding to that. It's very apparent at times. Players praise, and Clark, I think, fear him for just...
Oh, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Bangs home the trifecta. Harden's got 6.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
There's the pass to Westbrook. Ibaka. This is to Roberson. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
It's Westbrook with the drive. And it's the Rockets on the break. The dive for the ball. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. For the Rockets, Terrence Jones has checked in for Capella, and Ty Lawson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Thunder, Cantor checked in for Steven Adams, and it's Waiters in for Roberson.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the three. It's a pretty valuable commodity. Corey Brewer's checked in for Dwight Howard. Lost in the pass to Ariza. High arcing shot on the wing. Brewer. The three. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. In third, the Thunder. Fifth best, the Rockets.
You know, both of these teams really look to hammer the offensive glass on a nightly basis. So some commonalities between them. This should be a physical battle tonight.
And the Rockets making a change here. Thornton's checked in. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Singler, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Waiters grabs the miss.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Here's Lawson, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Houston leading by 8. Wants to get it to Brewer and does. Jones with it. Cantor covering. And Brewer kicks to Thornton. A shot by Lawson. Wide open. Bangs home the trifecta. Lawson's got 5 now.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Down low. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lawson.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And the Rockets making a change here. Terry's checked in to the paint. Here's Waiters, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
And the officials call a traveling violation.
Well, if you really want to make things hard on yourself, that's exactly how to do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
They're not doing themselves any favors at this point. They've got to stabilize their offense with just sound execution.
And there's Jason Terry on the assist by Thornton. Terry's got his first 2 points of the night.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
And Kevin Durant, always in the gym, always working to improve. We asked him where that inspiration and passion originated.
Comes from me being 8 years old.
Year-by-year improvements until he became the best player in the league and won an MVP. Now, the challenge, Greg, is to get back to that level after the injuries. Obviously, I think we all feel it is possible for him.
And you're absolutely right, Kevin. I mean, he's definitely proven in terms of the talent, the skill, and athleticism. What we find out now after dealing with the adversity is, does he have the heart and drive and that competitive
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
For Oklahoma City, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
And Dwight Howard, a former 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, still remains a fearsome presence in the paint.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Roberson off target with his 3.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
And it's slammed in by Ariza.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
They get a hand on it. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Ibaka. Good work defensively by Harden.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And no doubt Howard a dominant rim protector and one of the premier rebounders of the game. He is always there and always is a force to be dealt with.
Yeah, he really is, Kevin. He's a big reason the Rockets are an elite defensive team. I mean, don't forget also that he's one of the most athletic centers in league history. He still can get it done.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
Ty Lawson, he's checked in for Houston. Inside, here's Howard. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. And that's now 8 points for Dwight Howard.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And getting back to Ibaka, everything changed for him the minute Kevin Durant was lost last season. I mean, defenses could focus on him, and he was the Thunder's only front court scoring threat. And as much as he's improved on offense, he still has neither the flexibility nor skill set to be a guy that can be considered a first or second option offensively.
At the elbow, Westbrook. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
You know, talking about Ibaka, last season was good for his growth. I mean, he got a taste of what it's like to be the first or second scoring option rather than an afterthought. Now it's up to him to take that experience and convert it into improvement.
Brewer has checked in for Patrick Beverley. Cantor, he's checked in for the Thunder. Dion Waiters comes in for Roberson.
And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
Well, I tell you, I think his body control and concentration in the air are really unique.